Siemens says it plans to save €6 billion. That's more than expected as the German engineering conglomerate fights to stay competitive. The news comes after Q4 profit fell, but still came in slightly better than forecast. Chief Executive Peter Loscher joins me now from Berlin. Peter, you aim to make those €6 billion cuts in savings. Where's that going to come from?
Jamie, good morning. The biggest area will be the supply chain initiative, which will be linked back to our research and development capacity. So designed to cost material productivity is 50% of the initiative. And then, of course, a clear-cut focus how we increase and further increase the excellence behind project execution of our large infrastructure programs. And then not to forget also the portfolio focus. We want to strengthen the core. We have announced this morning how we want to sharpen and increase the focus behind industrial information and IT competence. And at the same time, we get rid of businesses where we believe other owners can do better than we do, and therefore the clear-cut decision on water today and 2 weeks ago on solar.
Okay, so you're selling assets in the water portfolio and solar. You're making efficiency savings, but one thing you haven't mentioned is job cuts. How many jobs are going to go?
Jamie, this is not the primary focus. We are not targeting top-down a job cut number. What we have in focus is in terms of that we drive productivity, cost reduction, and this is top-down. The rest we have to look into the businesses. Where we have structural adjustments to make, they will be done. And where we have issues around slower growth and we have to take different measures, they will be taken differently. So at the end of the day, there will be impact, of course, also on jobs, but not as a primary focus, top-down target setting, and then off we go. It's much more comprehensive, It's much more targeted, and it's much more driven behind where do we have to adjust business-wise, structurally in this rather slowing down global economy.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you though, because you've called media reports saying that 8,000 to 10,000 jobs are going to go. You've called those reports nonsense. Can we assume then that the number of job losses will be lower than 8,000 to 10,000?
Jamie, what you can assume, there is no top-down target setting as a primary objective of this initiative. What we have to drive is comprehensively productivity in the organization. We have lean manufacturing, we have supply chain, material productivity, we have different businesses who have different structural challenges. We have to have clear targeted initiatives, and at the end of the day, there will be impact on jobs. And as a large conglomerate or a large organization like Siemens, we will always have job adjustments, of course, indeed, and this, at the end of the day, will be equally the case in this very focused initiative, but not simplified to say we are managing the organization towards a targeted employment number. This would be much too simplified.
Okay, so no specific targets on jobs, but do you have a specific target for what you would like your gross profit margin to be?
Indeed, Jamie, what we are targeting is actually we have 9.5% margin of our so-called sector profit by 2012, and we want to increase this by 2014 to more than equally or more than 12%. So at least 250 basis points improvement of margins, and therefore a clear program in terms of increasing also the profitability of our businesses in an environment where we rather expect headwinds also in 2013.
So you talk about headwinds for 2013. I imagine it's going to be a pretty tough year. The European Commission downgraded growth forecasts in Europe yesterday. The US has a fiscal cliff, and growth in China is slowing too. So where is the growth for Siemens and indeed the economy? Where is it going to come from next year?
Next year we will have a recessionary environment in Europe, what we anticipate. We also see actually a mixed picture in terms of the emerging economies. Some of them slowing clearly down, others having a good growth momentum. And as you have rightfully mentioned also the fiscal cliff in 2013. So we certainly see a slowing global economy and more headwinds versus 2012, and a softening of some of our end markets like the car manufacturing or the tool manufacturing industry. So the environment will be tougher, and therefore the clear focus of Siemens is around productivity and cost to really continue to drive profitable growth for 2013 and 2014.
Okay, Peter, thank you very much for your time. That's all for now, and that was Siemens CEO Peter Loscher. Do check out Reuters today for a roundup of all today's big financial news stories, including a narrow austerity vote win for the Greek government. I'm Jamie McGeever. This is Reuters.